I'm not particularly eager to go to their housewarming, that vulgar, awful couple. Best to just ignore them. But what's with demanding $3,000 for a gift without even sending an invite? And why are they so obsessed with money? If they're hiding something, I'll uncover it. My name is Kristen. I'm 45, the eldest of 3 siblings, sandwiched between an older brother and a younger sister. They say closeness in age means getting along well, but that wasn't always the case with us. When I was in my 20s, my brother Travis got married. His wife, Yasmin, a former model, was kind of glamorous or too flashy. She wasn't the beauty you might imagine, having only appeared in local magazines. Slim, tall, but with a face that seemed stretched. Honestly, she lacked something. Too harsh, you think? No. I wouldn't badmouth someone just because they married my brother. But Yasmin was missing more than just good looks. I don't know how she was before marriage. At family meetings, my sister Madison and I thought she was nice, but looking back, she must have been wearing a mask. The first time Travis and Yasmin visited our parents after getting married, Yasmin got upset during dinner when Mom coughed and exclaimed, "Gross! That's why I hate old people. Other than my own parents, I only came because Travis insisted. I shouldn't have come. You've ruined my appetite." Madison, Mom, and I were all stunned. Honestly, we didn't even understand why she was so upset. Maybe she finds older people who aren't her parents disgusting. Mom wasn't coughing at the food. She covered her mouth and turned away. It was just a momentary choke, not even a cold. But Yasmin couldn't tolerate Mom's cough. I remember I coughed at the table too, but she said nothing then. Mom, having prepared a feast for Travis and his wife, was deeply hurt, and Madison and I struggled to console her. Travis, unreliable as ever, just apologized to Yasmin, saying, "Sorry Mom's messiness bothered you, right? Old people are just smelly and problematic." Travis, always a follower, seemed completely under his wife's thumb after marriage. That day, Madison and I had to forcibly send Travis and his wife away. But Yasmin, now resenting being ousted by her younger sister-in-law, began to see me as her main enemy. She thought Madison was just following my orders because she's younger, but really, Madison was the first to snap, saying, "Kick them out." I was just caught up in it. Mom always told us, they are newlyweds. They might be emotionally unstable. Let it go and try to get along. Even though she had every right to be the angriest, out of respect for Mom, I'd agree. But after that, Travis and his wife stopped visiting. So Madison and I secretly rejoiced every holiday season. Who wants to have their festive mood spoiled, right? However, Yasmin didn't just get visits. She didn't even show up when Mom suddenly fell ill and passed away. Travis, being the eldest, did attend the funeral. He must have remembered Mom's repeated advice, "Get along with your sisters." As kids, he was a kind brother who helped us with our studies and looked after us. I couldn't bring myself to hate Travis, despite disliking his wife. During Mom's wake and funeral, the atmosphere among us 3 siblings wasn't bad. It was actually quite harmonious. I was starting to rethink Travis, wishing Yasmin wasn't around. 2 years after Mom passed away, I decided to marry my longtime boyfriend, Kyle. Actually, it was already planned, but got postponed because of Mom's passing. Reluctantly, I arranged a simple dinner to introduce him to Travis and his wife. The moment Yasmin learned Kyle's family owned a steakhouse, her face contorted. "Ew, how can you marry someone who's always around greasy smells, Kristen?" Yasmin's rude comment was immediately met with Madison's fierce, enough from you." Her low, scary voice scared me too, but that's a secret. "Easy, Madison." "A steakhouse, huh? Do you eat steak every day?" "Sounds nice," Travis said, playfully hitting Kyle's head. Annoyed, I raised my voice. "Hey, stop that!" Kyle was shocked by this outrageous behavior from his wife's family. "How embarrassing my brother and his wife are. It's just communication. Don't make a fuss over small things," Travis said, sniffing his hand after hitting Kyle. "Yuck, it does smell." Yasmin was right. Travis acted like a middle schooler making a scene with his wife. "That's enough. Let's go, Kyle." "I'm sorry for introducing you to these people," I said as I pulled his hand and tried to stand up. Travis yelled again, "Hey, don't talk nonsense. Why marry a butcher? You're not badly looking. I could have introduced you to a lawyer or something." "I love him, okay? And it's a steakhouse, not a butcher shop. Stop being so rude." You, a butcher. Are you throwing your life away? Yasmin looked at Kyle as if he was filth, then stared at me. Arguing with them was pointless. I was a fool to think Travis would be a good brother without Yasmin. I tried to follow Mom's wish to get along with Travis, but I was naive. Whether it was the unfulfilled wish, betrayal by Travis, or frustration, tears blurred my vision. Well, if you're leaving, we'll go have fun. Travis and Yasmin left, unconcerned about our irritation. What was that? Did it cause a scene and then leave? Madison glared after them. I agreed. I wish they had apologized to Kyle that day. I apologized to Kyle repeatedly, but he always smiled and said, "It's fine. I'm proud of my job no matter what they say." I knew I made the right choice marrying him. Our wedding was just a registration without a ceremony, so we didn't see Travis and his family again. I almost forgot the unpleasant memories from the family meeting until one day Madison called. "Madison, what's up? You usually hate calling." You got it too, right? Wanted to talk about it." "Got what?" "You know, the invitation to Travis's housewarming." "I didn't get anything." "Oh, I thought you would have received it. We live in the same area." As I listened to Madison's words, I realized they didn't send it to me. He didn't want to invite me, and I don't want to see him either. Hearing that, Madison brightened up. "Actually, I didn't want to go either. If you were going, I might have, but now I'll skip too." "Let's do that." Madison and I chuckled together, and she later told Travis she wouldn't be attending his housewarming. Then, 3 days later, something happened. Travis called me. Almost reflexively wanting to turn off my phone due to my aversion, I hesitated, thinking it might be about Madison, and reluctantly answered. "Hey, did you talk Madison into not coming to my housewarming?" "What?" "No, Madison just..." I stopped myself mid-sentence, wondering how much truth I should tell my brother. "Your tone, there's something going on between you two. Look, it's problematic if she doesn't come to the housewarming. And you too." "Me too? I wasn't even invited." "Right, because I don't want my new house smelling like oil. You're probably all covered in your husband's grease too, so I didn't invite you." This man always knows how to get under people's skin. I tried not to engage with his illogical reasoning and just sighed. "But as siblings, it's only polite to give a housewarming gift, even if you don't visit." "What?" "Instead of coming, just transfer a gift of $3,000 to my account. I'll send you the details later. Tell Madison to come. It would look bad if my own family doesn't show up. This guy is unbelievable. He doesn't want us at his celebration but expects a gift. What's wrong with him?" "There's no way I'll admire you," I muttered. "Okay, sure." Fed up, I hung up. I thought he'd give up, but he kept calling back, forcing me to turn off my phone. When I turned it on the next day, he called again. It was too persistent and weird. $3,000 for a housewarming gift is excessive. Why does he want it so badly? I know Travis isn't struggling financially. I wanted to block him, but I worried about Madison since she's single. Reluctantly, I left my phone on silent. Almost a year later, Yasmin showed up at my house. I ignored her at first, but she kept ringing the doorbell loudly, so I had to answer. Completely rude to visit without notice. Oh, right. She's the epitome of rudeness. "What do you want?" I asked as I opened the door, and Yasmin immediately bowed deeply. "Please, Kristen, help me." Confused, but realizing it was about a specific issue, I saw Travis standing behind her. I see. Ah, the satisfaction of looking down at someone begging. "Is this about the restaurant ban?" Travis and Yasmin nodded. "Get your husband to let me into his steakhouse, please." "Why? I thought you didn't want to be in a greasy place." I couldn't resist the sarcasm, even though Kyle's place isn't greasy at all. "We were wrong that time. We didn't know you'd be so upset." "That time at the family meeting? You think someone wouldn't be angry after that? Yasmin, is your head just full of flowers? Are you a fool?" At my sharp words, Yasmin fell silent. Actually, Kyle's Steakhouse is near Travis's company. It's quite an upscale place, often used for business entertainment by Travis's company and their clients. If that crude exchange at the family meeting hadn't happened, we could have talked more. But the atmosphere was never right, so it remained unspoken. Moreover, Kyle, knowing I didn't think highly of Travis and that he had insulted our beloved restaurant, decided to refuse entry to Travis. "Please, Kristen, help us. We might lose a big deal if we don't get this sorted," Travis begged. Initially pleading, he then looked embarrassed and ashamed. Thinking about the future, I said, "Travis, I heard you got drunk at a business dinner and called a man in his 50s an old man and got removed from the account." "How do you know that?" Travis exclaimed. "That old man is a regular at Kyle's place. He came in the other day drunk, ranting about you, Travis. Normally, I'd ignore such confidential information, but this regular was so annoyed with you, he threatened to spread the story everywhere. In fact, Kyle heard about the incident from other customers too. Criticizing someone as old is never okay, and if you mess up this deal, aren't you getting demoted or fired?" Travis was stunned. "How do you know all this?" I smiled at his confused face. "That's the power of a regular customer with connections. He even suggested your company should demote you. You really picked a fight with the wrong person." Travis, moreover, this regular is a patron of our restaurant, indirectly supporting us. It's reassuring to have such a powerful ally. "Please, Kristen, we still have the mortgage. If I get demoted or fired, we can't survive," Yasin pleaded. But isn't it too late even if you get the job?" What do you mean, Travis? "You've made a huge investment loss, right?" I looked at Travis, and Yasmin turned to him, her face tensing. Travis went pale. "I heard you started investing because you wanted more money after buying the house, but you screwed up big time," Madison told me. "Madison? Why her?" Travis was shocked at the mention of Madison. It seems like it was unexpected. "Your favorite dancer at the Gentlemen's Club, Riley, is Madison's friend." Travis was speechless, his vitality fading. If I left him alone, he would turn to dust and disappear, his expression drained of life in an instant. "Riley contacted me," continued when she found out Travis is her brother. Travis was at a loss for words, and I almost laughed but froze at Yasmin's terrifying expression. She looks very scary, not directed at me, but still frightening. "So you fall for a dancer, lose money in investment, ruin your work's reputation, now you're going to lose your wife too." Yasmin's words almost made me burst out laughing, but I held back. The atmosphere was too tense and hostile for laughter. Hilarious, but not the time to laugh. There was a brutal atmosphere that made my skin sting. Well, there's a reason for this, a reason I'll listen, but only for a bit." Yasmin stood up shakily and slowly approached Travis, emitting an ominous aura. Travis, sensing this instinctively, stepped back. They seem to be getting along well today, too. All is well, so you two sort this out amongst yourselves. Madison and I want nothing more to do with Travis, so don't contact or visit us again." I said this with a smile, waved goodbye, and closed the front door. I heard Travis shouting, "Help me!" But surely I imagined it. From what I could hear outside, it seems Yasmin was taking Travis somewhere. Hopefully not somewhere remote like the deep woods. I don't want family troubles making the news, not for me. Later on, about a year later, Yasmin sent Kyle and me an apology letter. It turns out she divorced Travis over hidden financial issues and debt, and she has cooled down since then. Her parents needing care made her reflect on her past actions and realize how shameful she had been. Now she's working at a restaurant near her parents' home, managing to care for them and support herself. I haven't forgiven her for how she treated Mom, so I haven't responded, but she seems to have grown. A year after that, Travis reached out to Madison and me separately. He asked us for money. Turns out after our encounter, he wasn't fired but demoted. It seemed like the problem was solved, but a man demoted like that couldn't be trusted with significant responsibilities at the company. So Travis became a burden there and was eventually fired due to downsizing during the recession. Despite being my brother, he's beyond help. Of course, neither Madison nor I lent him any money, and we quickly turned him away. I haven't heard any death notice, so he's probably still alive, but I have no idea what he's doing or where he is. Even if things were going well for him, if he's the same old Travis, easily swayed by others, he'll probably make the same mistakes again. As for our family, Kyle opened a second steakhouse. It opened during a pandemic, so it started slow and sometimes had to close due to regulations, but gradually it's attracting more customers and gaining regulars. Kyle and I have 2 sons who might one day take over the restaurants. If they don't want to, we'll pass it on to someone else. For now, they love steak and seem eager to keep the business. Hopefully one day we'll celebrate our golden anniversary at a restaurant run by our sons. About 5 years ago, Madison got married and recently had a beautiful baby girl. Once things settle down with the kids, we plan to take a family trip